What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns doing Q&A 12.0 monthly series I do, giving you the opportunity to ask me questions regarding Grand Theft Auto, gaming in general, personal questions, advice, etc. And this time around, you did not disappoint. I have a whole list of questions to go over. But coming next Friday, unless there's something else that transpires, we will be doing Top 5 Ideas 13.0, your opportunity to submit ideas on how to improve Grand Theft Auto Online, make it better, make it more fun. You get the idea. So from now through Thursday, you can submit your idea for Top 5 Ideas 13.0. I will look over everybody's idea and I will select 5 of them. So if I get 5 ideas from you guys, I'm going to run with it. If I get 4 ideas, then I'll just have to come up with the 5th idea. So anyways, that is Top 5 Ideas 13.0. And you can always go back and watch previous installments of the Top 5 Ideas series via the playlist on my channel. So let's get into Q&A 12.0, shall we? The first one we're going to take care of is a question a lot of you asked. John Stanley, Mighty Bush K2, Dugucon Theory, Red Dead 75, many more as well off of YouTube, Facebook, and elsewhere. Since you guys are obviously asking the same question, I'm lumping it into one question. When is Rockstar going to fix the Stallion roof? Now, as some of you may know, the Stallion roof issue has been a problem since the Stallion was introduced with the current gen versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 and online back in November 2014. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a Stallion update video in which I got some information from one of you guys who apparently talked to somebody from Rockstar support regarding the Stallion roof issue and that it had been sent to R&D. And hopefully that means that Rockstar is working on the Stallion roof issue, and hopefully, just hopefully, by the next update, whenever it comes out in September, we will have the Stallion roof issue resolved once and for all, allowing you to purchase the Stallion and then go to Los Santos Customs, go down to the roof section, because currently there isn't a roof section, but hopefully there will be, so you can pick between what type of roof you want for your Stallion, whether it's a convertible, soft top, or hard top. Now, a week or so back, I did email Rockstar support just to see if they would respond, and you get the typical response every time, just a generic reply a few days or hours later, like, thanks for contacting Rockstar support, blah, 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 blah. So I don't think I'm going to get an official response from Rockstar support, but hopefully, just hopefully, Rockstar is actually doing something about the Stallion, because they've heard from enough of us via email and tweets. So I feel confident, I feel optimistic in believing that Rockstar will indeed resolve the Stallion roof situation in the next few weeks, and hopefully I will be able to make a video if and when the time comes with some very good news for all my fellow Stallion fans out there. The next question comes from Lee over in Bolton, England. He wants to know, where in the USA are I from? Well, thanks for the question, Lee. I am from, well, 2 states, technically. I'll explain this. I was born and raised in Texas. However, both my parents and both sides of my family are from Louisiana. So I am kind of a child of 2 states. While I was born in East Texas, I grew up in East Texas. I've spent most of my adult life in Louisiana. So I consider both Texas and Louisiana to be my home states. And more specifically, the area I live in is called the Arklatex region because of the fact that you have Texas and Louisiana and Arkansas, 3 states, which make up the region that I happen to reside in. I do live in a decent-sized city, about 200,000, Shreveport, Louisiana. That's the city I live in, inside the state of Louisiana, part of the Arklatex region, in the country of the United States, on the Western Hemisphere, on the planet Earth, within the Sol system, and of course on the outer bands of the Milky Way galaxy. Thank you so much for your question, Lee. And of course the next question comes from Dylan. Will Rockstar ever add more sports games to Grand Theft Auto Online? Thanks for the question, Dylan. Currently, there's only technically 4 sports, quote-unquote, in the game that you can do in Grand Theft Auto Online. You have golf, you have arm wrestling, tennis, and darts. Now, if I'm leaving one out, that's my bad, but I think there's only just 4. But there were rumors a while back that we were supposed to also have basketball and air hockey, which would be kind of cool. But some other ones I'd like to see is the triathlon, for example, which is in Grand Theft Auto 5 Story, where you spend part of the race running, then riding a bicycle, then swimming, and it switches out, mixes a little bit depending on which way you want to do a triathlon. It would be really cool if they eventually added triathlons to Grand Theft Auto Online and the ability to create your own triathlons. Other things I would like to see is bowling brought in from Grand Theft Auto 4, arcade games that are very popular in the Grand Theft Auto universe, and some card games as well, because a lot of people have been talking about the casino eventually opening sooner or later this year, next century. And obviously there would be a lot of card games like Texas Hold'em, Blackjack. There would even be probably slot machines, a roulette table. I'm definitely a big advocate of adding more activities to do in free mode, especially if they're fun and there's something that you can do with friends and crewmates. All the better, in my opinion. Thanks for the question again, Dylan. Our next question comes from Jetpack Jordan off the PlayStation 4. He wants to know, what would I change about Mafia 3, which is currently being made by Hangar 13 along with 2K. Supposed to be coming out in 2016. It's set in the late 60s during the time of the Vietnam War, the civil rights movement, counterculture here in the United States, and their re-envisioned version of New Orleans. It's probably not going to be called New Orleans because in the previous two Mafia games, they used fictional names for their cities. So, Mafia 3, what would I like to see changed? Well, to be honest, Jordan, since it hasn't come out yet, I really can't say what I'd like to see changed about it, because I like the time setting. I obviously like the cars, the awesome muscle cars that were in the 60s and 70s. And of course, I like the setting. I always thought that New Orleans would be a really fascinating place for an open world game. Though part of me would have kind of liked to see New Orleans in the 70s explored in Grand Theft Auto Online by Rockstar. You can't have everything, so I'm happy to give Hangar 13 an opportunity to give us their vision of the 60s and 70s as well as New Orleans. Since I am also from the state of Louisiana, even though it's northwest Louisiana, not South Louisiana where New Orleans is, the city does have a lot of cultural significance to me, and I think it's a very awesome place to do a video game. So, but if there's something I would like to see changed, I would go backward in time to Mafia 2 and change some of the things about Mafia 2, and hopefully they don't repeat the same mistakes with Mafia 3. For example, basically forcing you to go from one story to the next without having any freedom in between the stories, in between the main mission. Hopefully there'll be more things to do in Mafia 3 than was in Mafia 2. So hopefully there'll be a lot more to explore, a lot more side quests and whatnot in Mafia 3 than its predecessor. So that's pretty much what I'm hoping to get from Mafia 3. But overall, I'm very much looking forward to Mafia 3 if and when it comes out in 2016. Thanks for the question, Jetpack Jordan. Next we go to TGG, the games guy, aka Adam. His question is a personal one. Personal views on immigrants. He says it's quite a problem in the UK. So he wants to know what I think about the immigrant situation in the United States. Thanks for the question, TGG. So my opinion about immigrants is, if you look at history long enough, we are all technically descended from immigrants. Our ancestors immigrated from this place to that place, and from that place to this place. So technically, in a way, we are all immigrants, or we all are children of immigrants, especially those of us that happen to live in the United States. Now, I do not have a problem with legal immigration, with people wanting to go somewhere else from one country to another because they think they can have a better life there, or they've met somebody that lives there and they want to move there to be with them, or they just like it there, the culture, the atmosphere, and country A over country B. I just think that we should have a better tweaked legal system, a better path to citizenship. But at the same time, it's a two-way street. If you're going to go to a country, you need to respect and follow that country's laws. You need to learn the predominant language that's spoken in that country. For example, obviously in the United States, the main language is English, followed by Spanish. If you go to, say, France, it's French. If you go to Germany, Japanese if I was to move to Japan, and elsewhere throughout the world. But when it comes to quote-unquote criminal immigrants, those that have a criminal record in their previous country, robbers, murderers, rapists, etc., gang members, I think they should be deported back to their countries because they're criminals. They've committed bad crimes in their country, and chances are they're not coming to my country or your country or other countries in order to become law-abiding model citizens. So the criminal element of the immigrants that are coming from one country to another should most definitely be deported and sent back to their country of origin. But as I stated, I am an advocate for legal immigration as long as you follow the laws and you go through a legal path to citizenship. I think you should be allowed to go from one country to whichever other country you wish to as long as you follow their laws and all the other paperwork is in order. Thanks for the question, TGG. One final question before we wrap it up comes from Monsieur Macabre. He wants to know if I will do a police rant this Sunday regarding police reaction time and the wanted system in Grand Theft Auto Online. And to answer your question, Monsieur Macabre, yes, I'll do a police rant this Sunday just for you. And that's going to do it for this edition of Q&A 12.0. Thanks again to everybody that submitted a question for Q&A 12.0. And big thanks to all of you who watch my videos, leave comments, likes, who share my videos, who subscribe to my channel. Not only are you helping the channel grow, you're also inspiring me to continue to make more content for you guys. So thank you very much for all that you guys do as we approach 800 subscribers, on our way ever so closer to 1,000 subs. I could not do it without you, so big shout out, big thank you to each and every one of you who share my videos, who like my videos, who leave comments, and have subscribed to my channel. Your support really does mean a lot to me. And don't forget, coming up next Friday, Top 5 Ideas 13.0, your opportunity to submit an idea for Grand Theft Auto Online in order to make it better, funner, sillier, crazier, whatever. Feel free and leave it below in the comment section or via Facebook or Twitter or Xbox or PlayStation, and be sure and get your ideas submitted by Thursday in order for your idea to possibly be included in Top 5 Ideas 13.0.